Hey, how's it going everyone? Today I've got another Gears 5 solo master escape for you. This time I'm taking on the map The Wanderer. This is the weekly hive that just released a couple of days ago. TC are releasing these hives over time, and if you want 100% the tour of duty, you're going to need to beat all of these on master. Initially, I think that you couldn't go back and repeat the weekly hives and it wouldn't count for the medal, but I think they changed that because people complained about it, and now you can just go into the past hives or set up a custom match and select any of the maps that have come out in the previous weeks, get them completed, and that'll count towards your tour of duty medal. Like I said, I'm doing this by myself. If you're trying to just get it beat with your friends, you can still use this strategy. You can even change it up a little bit to make it a bit easier for you guys. In this one we've got the Invincible Mulcher Scions that also move faster. They're a bit of a nuisance, and because they move faster, I think they're a little bit buggy and they get stuck sometimes. Especially if you're trying to lock them in the supply rooms like I do in this run. They'll get stuck in the doorway from time to time, which is kind of annoying. I'll explain what you can do about that when we get to the right point. There's a little bit of RNG involved with this run as well in certain places. I'll try my best to explain that for you so you can figure out what to do if you get different RNG to me. But at the beginning here, when we come out of the room, the Mulcher Scion is down to your right. I like to mark him just so I can keep track of where he is on the map. Even if you mark something else, you'll still be able to see a little red arrow above his head. If you turn to face him, you can sort of figure out where he is. In this area, the rejects can be in different places. You kind of just want to take out anything that's in your immediate path. When you go this way, you want to head forward a bit left and then take the right down this way. When you get around that corner, you can run a little bit away from the rejects. They shouldn't hear you as long as you've got a wall between you and them. Right here, you're either going to have hunters or snipers. Snipers are the best RNG in my opinion. Hunters, even though the marks can be useful, the snipers are much better to use to take out enemies quickly. We've got two rejects lurking around here as well. Usually we pull out their batteries, but in this case I like to just shoot them in the face with the bolt up, just because it kills them quicker. They get slowed down when you take off their heads, and they won't follow you into the supply room. They do that sort of self-destruct thing when you take their head off after a little while, and that makes it easy just to get rid of them quick so you're not messing around. Speed is of the essence at this first part, just because you've got that Mulcher Scion following you. There's two shot grenades in this room, and I like to grab one and tag it at the bottom of that ramp as fast as possible, and then pick up the ammo boxes and look for the explosive ammo box so I can pick that up after using the shot grenade, and then I'll get a flash grenade. If you're not holding any grenades, you'll get a flash grenade. You can just get the flash grenade, stun the Scion, and then run out and lock him in, but I like to use that shot grenade just because it stuns him. He can't shoot while he's standing in it. As soon as that you've used that shot grenade, grab the flash grenade out of the ammo box and then run out. That way you can save it for a little later and it comes in really useful. So when you come to this area, you're going to have three normal drones with hammer bursts, and if you had the snipers in the previous area, you're going to have a sniper here as well. If you had hunters, you're going to have a hunter here. So I'm pretty sure in this one, depending on whether you get snipers or hunters, it's easier to tell what stuff you're going to get later in the run, especially in the first section before the safe room. But yeah, like I said, I got the snipers, so we get a sniper here as well. This guy was giving me the run around. Some of you pointed out in the previous run that you can meat shield off the triple melee, and I didn't know that, so cheers for pointing it out. I appreciate the tips, definitely helps out a little bit just to grab a meat shield off that triple melee. For me, the button I need to press through that is F, but if you're on PC that can vary for you. Obviously you can bind it to something else, but it will just be the button that you press to meat shield enemies when they're on the ground. I'm not sure what it will be on controller. I think it might be Y, tap Y, instead of pressing B. Comes in kind of useful if you're in a tricky situation, and it's a little bit quicker too. You can quickly just grab a meat shield and drop it, and that pays off. I'm going to go into that room, pick up the ammo box to get an extra flashbang. We've got a stim in there, some extra ammo boxes as well. We've got another sniper here where I took out that sniper earlier and left the bullet behind, just because I was trying to be quick getting into that safe room. You got to watch out for that Mulcher coming behind you, obviously. But now that he's locked away in the supply room, we haven't got to worry so much. So we've got a sniper and a few drones around this corner. Be ready to take them out. I'm trying my best to conserve bolt-up ammo. I use a few here, but I'm going to start using the hammer burst and the snipe a little bit more, mainly the hammer burst, just to conserve those snipe bullets because it's really powerful later on when you need it. So around here I think you have 4 hammer burst drones and 2 snipers. Again, if you had the hunters earlier on, you're going to have hunters here instead of snipers. The good thing about the RNG on this map is that if you do get the hunters and you want the snipers, you can just restart the map. They're right at the beginning. It's really easy to tell what enemies you're going to get. It's kind of tedious to keep going back to the lobby and restarting, but if that's what you want to do, you can always work it out so that you get the snipers. Can't really do anything about RNG, but just restart and hope you get what you want. So, we've got a bunch of ammo here now. Get all that hammer burst ammo. We should also have a couple of snipe bullets from those guys that we killed. So, if you had the sniper enemies like I did, you're going to have a buzzsaw scion here, a buzzkill scion. If you've had the hunters, you're going to have a drop shot scion here. I don't really think it matters too much if you're playing as a team. You should be okay to deal with either, to be honest. Having a couple of strong melee characters might pay off well in this map. But I find the buzzkill scion is much easier to kill. Even though the drop shot's still pretty easy to avoid. You can just jump out of the way of his drop shots. The buzzkill is surprisingly weak. I thought it'd be a little bit stronger. Doesn't really do a lot of damage, to be honest. And his reload takes him a while as well, so you can easily get shots in between his reload if you need to take cover while he's firing the buzzsaws at you. I like to wait for the Venom to catch up to me a little bit. That way I do extra damage. I also take less damage when I'm in the Venom because I'm using the cards that give me those effects. So that's the buzzkill down. Got a couple of drones here that push up. I think you have 5 drones here and 2 snipers. Went for the reach over cover there, but this guy gave me the ninja dodge. I ended up just giving him that triple melee and meat shielding him to get rid of him quick. I tried to pull out the snipe here, and I could see this sniper chilling down on the left. He gave me the peekaboo, but I think I missed the shot. Yeah, I just missed it by a split second. Unlucky. 2 snipers down there, and I think some of the drones are moving up. Yeah, coming towards me now. This one's pushed further forward than the rest of his mates. We got a sniper there trying to aim at me from the back. If you peek to the right around this cover, the sniper shouldn't be able to hit you, but you always just want to be careful. I tried to get that sniper there, but I think someone shot me as I went to take the shot, so I flinched and my shot missed. It's really annoying when that happens, but there's not a fat lot you can do about it, really. You've just got to hope that nothing shoots you when you go for your shot, or wait for the right opportunity. Using a couple of bolt-up bullets, 2 active shots from the bolt-up, fully upgraded as mech. We'll take out the drones when I'm in the Venom. 1 shot to the head and 1 to the body will also do it. So when the Venom's pushed up a little bit, I like to move to this cover. Gives me a good line of sight on all of the enemies that are ahead of me. Try to take anything out you down really fast, just because they like to revive each other, and that can get really annoying if you put a bunch of bullets into an enemy and they go down, and then another enemy runs over and just picks them up. You've got to do all of their health again. It's just a waste of bullets, to be honest. Make sure you collect all the ammo in this area. Lots of hammer burst ammo and long shot bullets too. I think there was 1 drone here that didn't move in, that didn't get activated. He's just sort of standing up there. He just spotted me right there. We'll run in and give him the melee treatment. It's enough out of you, mate. A quick meat shield, get rid of him, grab his ammo, and moving on. I did a pretty good job there of conserving bolt-up ammo. The snipe is pretty useful. You only need, I'd say, a few shots to deal with the next area, but it still pays to conserve the ammo with that for later on in this run. So that first area, like I mentioned, the RNG is pretty scripted. If you get the snipers or the hunters, that seems to dictate what you get for that first half of the run. But for the second part, it doesn't really work like that. You can get a little bit of mix and match. I don't think it really matters what you had in the first half as compared to what you get in the second half. It can just kind of RNG you and give you whatever it feels like. Again, I'll try my best to explain the different types of enemies you can have in different areas. Although, to be honest, it's pretty equal. There's a lot of claw drones in this one towards the end, and they're probably the trickiest to deal with. Again, coming out of the safe room here, we're going to have the Scion up there. I like to give him the quick mark, just so I can keep track of where he is. And if you followed along with me, you should have 2 flashbangs at this point. I'd like to tag one there so that when the Mulcher gets towards it, he'll trigger that and get stunned for a few seconds. That buys you a little bit more time to deal with this next area. Hit the active a little bit earlier on the snipe, and that way it will start recharging. So we've got elite snipers here. You can either get elite snipers or hunter elites. They're the torque bow guys, the ones with the shields or the cloaks. They're really annoying. And it's a good idea if you do get the torque bow guys just to mark them as fast as you can so you can keep track of where they are. I like to keep this cover right here just because these claw drones can do a lot of damage. They really wreck you fast. Once I've got a couple of the guys here killed, I like to do damage to the last claw drone and smack on my shield so I can move in. The Mulcher Scion is gaining ground on us fast. We need to get into this supply room. There's a little sort of area to your right there as you run in that people like to sit in. It's really annoying if you get a claw drone in there. If you do get a claw drone in there, throw a flashbang at him and then run into the safe room. And there's an explosive ammo box in here that you'll get another flashbang out of. You want to gather up the ammo as fast as you can and grab a stim in this room. And then when the Mulcher Scion walks in, stun him up and just run back out. This elite sniper was chilling in the room with me. He nearly meleeed me there. I was kind of worried he was going to smack me, but he's gone into that little area where they like to sit I was talking about earlier. Be careful of that area. Like I said, if you come in and there's a claw drone there, throw a flashbang at him just because he'll more than likely wreck you as you try to open up the door to the supply room. And he'll kill you more than likely before you get it open, so it's a good idea to flash him if you get one there. There will be 2 claw drones in that area and either 2 elite snipers or 2 elite hunters, so just watch out for what you get and keep track of what you kill, and you can sort of guess what's going to be where. Usually there is always an enemy in that little area where that sniper was. Like I said, it's annoying if it's an elite drone with a claw. Watch out for those guys, they are tricky to deal with. So once you've got the Mulcher locked away, you can relax a little bit. There's some rejects in this area we want to take out, hopefully without setting them off. There should be a few hanging around in this area below this ramp. Try to deal with them before you move up here, because you're going to have claw drones and either hunter elites or elite snipers or a Scion of some kind. You can either have a buzzkill Scion or a drop shot Scion. You'll either get one of those Scions or a couple of elite snipers or a couple of elite hunters. It can mix and match and you'll get one of the following. I got elite snipers this time, and there was also a buzzkill Scion. I think that elite sniper on the right always spawns over there. I'm not sure if he can switch over to an elite hunter. He probably can, so just watch out to your right through that window. The Venom had caught up to me at this point, so I was doing more damage. I managed to take that sniper out with one shot. This guy came down and hit the reload on his claw. If they're reloading with the claw, it kind of takes them forever to reload. The reload on that gun is really long. That opens them up for an attack for a good few seconds. So if they are reloading, you want to take that opportunity to get some bullets on them. I got that guy killed, and then the buzzkill Scion came out, so I just retreated back down the ramp. Was trying my best just to be careful. That elite drone's probably going to come out in a second. There's always 3 elite drones in this area up that ramp, so be careful of those guys. They like to hang around on corners. If you push around the corner too quick, they'll more than likely catch you out and kill you very quickly. So if I didn't have the stim, I probably already would have been dead to one when he pushed down the ramp to me. So I'm doing my best just to wait for my actives to recharge, just so I can do as much damage as possible, maximize the amount of damage I'm getting out of each sniper bullet. It pays off to do that rather than just quickly reloading and pumping out bullets. That's another one of the elite drones dead. I'm not sure if that's 3 of them now. It's either 2 or 3. Using up a few bolt-up bullets with active, so I do that bleeding damage. That's the buzzkill down. Like I said, oh yeah, we only got 2 of those drones. There's the last one. I'm in the Venom now, hitting that active. Even the active reload sniper doesn't kill the elite drones in one snipe shot. In the Venom. So I had to finish him off with a hammer burst. So be careful moving into this area. like I said, those claw drones like to hang around on corners. They're really sneaky. Sometimes one of them won't quite detect you and it will just be standing there waiting for you to walk in its line of sight. So just make sure you check the corners when you walk around that area. When you come up here, you're either going to have elite drones again or elite hunters with the turbos. There's also elite snipers that can spawn in this area. I'm pretty sure I got the elite snipers. And those guys are probably the worst RNG over the elite hunters, just because the elite hunters have to recharge longer with their turbo, and they can only fire 1 bullet at a time, whereas the elite snipers have 3 in their clip with the M bar. They can just keep shooting at you. I went to snipe that elite drone there, and another elite drone came to my right. You really want to be careful in this area. I like to hug the cover. Over here on the left, just because 2 Scions are also going to show up shortly, and we want to be careful of those guys. Try and kill as many of the elite drones as we possibly can before we move up a little bit and have to deal with those Scions. I'm in the Venom here, so I'm doing more damage. Pays off to wait for the Venom to catch up. The mutators on this map don't include faster Venom, so you can spend a little bit more time in the Venom without having to worry too much. So that's a couple more of the elite drones taken out. There are more of them though. Definitely a difficult final area here, but if you don't kill the enemies in this last section and you just make a break for that safe area, try and pull the switch, it's more than likely that everything's just going to come running out the door for you and screw you over, so you really want to kill as much of this stuff as you possibly can. When the Scions come, you're either going to have buzzkill Scions or drop shot Scions. Both are pretty pesky. You just want to do your best to take them out with that Boltok. Use that bleeding damage to your advantage. Right here the Venom was catching up to me. I was a little bit worried, so I did my best to try and take out whatever I could. I think I got this elite drone really quickly, and because I was getting so pressured by the buzzkill Scion and this drone, I just activated my shield and made a break for the ramp area over here. I wanted to take out that elite drone, but he managed to get around the cover enough so I couldn't hit a shot on him. But because I've got him really weak, he died in the Venom. You may have seen that in the kill feed down on the bottom left. That claw drone was just hanging around on the corner there. Luckily he was hitting his reload, and I managed to slip by him and that elite sniper. And when you pull the switch, you're going to have some rejects that come towards you. I use that trick again by just shooting them in the head. They go into that self-destruct mode. They move a lot slower. Makes life a lot easier for you when dealing with them. Tried to do a bit of extra damage, hoping that one would blow up there. And we've got this buzzkill Scion trying to lurk out of the door, so I hit him with a flashbang, the last one we had left. It pays to save a flashbang for the end of this map. And I hit a couple of headshots on these rejects just to get them hurt. They both self-destructed. Got this one last sniper that made his way out of the door at the end. He got mantle kicked and he's done for.
Let's get out of here.
So that's another solo master escape done. That one was definitely easier than the Hive to do. The Hive took me a lot of time to figure out a strategy that worked, but this one didn't really take me that long. I feel like in a team, this one will be pretty easy, but hopefully that strategy helps you out. I think the match results glitched out on me here and it didn't give them me. It's really annoying when that happens. I didn't get to see my leaderboard placement. But yeah, let me know if this helped you out. Some of you also said in the previous run that because you don't speak English too well, you can't really figure out what cards I'm using when I'm explaining them to you, so I will show them here a couple of times at the end. So for those of you who just want to, I guess, match up the pictures, you can do that. Hopefully that helps some of you out. I want to try my best to keep you guys informed as to what I'm using. So those are the cards. We've got that Venom Resistance, the Bloody Shot, Adrenaline Junkie, Crazy Tough, and is it Bandolier? I think I'll show them a few times here. Yeah, Boltok Bandolier. So yeah, let me know what you thought in the comment section if you can. Hopefully this helps you out. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll link around some of my other escape videos if you want to check those out. Have a great day everyone, and until next time, take it easy.